welcome to Live at 4 on this Friday.
It is Friday.
It's Friday.
It's election night again.
It is. That's topping our news on this day. We are still awaiting the results of Tuesday's presidential election. So when will we know?
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has once again struck down an emergency health order from the Evers administration.
And a man is in custody after shooting 2 police officers early this morning in Delafield. But first, the biggest news today so far came in Pennsylvania and Georgia, where Joe Biden surpassed President Trump's lead.
But if you look at the map, the same states that were too close to call yesterday are still too close to call today. That includes Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, Alaska, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. President Trump has slightly cut into Joe Biden's lead in Arizona. We could be close to finding out the winner of the presidential election in the coming hours as the number of outstanding ballots in some key battleground states continue to be processed. Top Democrats are already celebrating, though, prematurely, with races still too close to call. This morning, Georgia's Secretary of State announced there will be a recount.
The focus for our office and for the county election officials for now remains on making sure that every legal vote is counted and recorded accurately.
In Delaware, the Biden team is preparing for a primetime speech tonight by the former vice president and his running mate, Senator Kamala Harris. That will happen if the race is called for the Biden-Harris ticket. Meanwhile, President Trump continues to make unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud, and he's vowed to fight the election results all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court if he loses. So the question everybody is asking and looking for an answer: why is it taking so long for news outlets to call a winner?
Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin is back with us again this week to help explain. Charles, good to see you again.
Hi, Charles.
Yeah, it's the third day of Tuesday this week.
I think it's the 4th day, actually. So why is it taking so long for the networks to call the races?
Well, all of these cases that haven't been called are genuinely close races. You know, the trend is pretty clear in Pennsylvania, where Biden has taken the lead and seems in a very good position to hold that lead. And in Georgia, where the margin is razor thin, at last I checked, it was under a 2,000 vote margin, but almost everything had been counted. Arizona's a lot more up in the air. I think the bottom line, though, is there's a lot at stake on getting this right. And with races as close as these are, maybe it's prudent to hold off. That said, it's frustrating for all of us at home waiting to hear what the calls are. But remember, the call just means that the Associated Press or the networks have decided the evidence is strong enough, has no official standing beyond that.
Well, some states have a lot more experience than other states with voting by mail. And given the unprecedented numbers of mail-in ballots and the razor-thin margins that you just mentioned in these states that are too close to call, how can voters have confidence in the integrity of this election? And how can they be confident that each vote is accurate and legitimate?
Yeah, I think this is a big problem because it is so disputed this year in particular. I think all I can say is that there, despite what some of the rumors have said, there have been observers from both parties watching these counts, as there always are in these rooms on election night. And it's a massive task with hundreds of people involved and hundreds of observers involved. So in the end, I think you believe that that process works, that both sides had access to observe and confirm, and perhaps we'll have a recount in, I mean, President Trump has requested one here or talked about one here. Georgia has announced they will do a recount. I think that is a useful exercise. Remember, we had a recount in 2016 that changed just over 500 votes in the margin between Trump and Clinton out of just under 3 million votes cast. So recounts might shift things a few dozen or a few hundred votes. Rarely do they have a bigger impact than that.
What effect is the president claiming that voter fraud is taking place on the election?
Well, I think it undermines confidence in elections. It disputes the work that almost everywhere, the people that count ballots, that run election offices, are doing a hard job as well as they can, usually with inadequate resources and not enough attention to making their jobs even a little bit easier. So I think that criticizing that is a kind of big deal. Fundamentally, I think counting the ballots is a simple, critical aspect of simply managing government. And it would be nice in the aftermath of this if we could see a little bit of bipartisanship on looking at reforms in the rules to make the process as transparent and as reliable and hopefully as efficient and speedy as possible. Here, that could include pre-processing ballots before Election Day, counting them on Election Day, so that we get those counts early in the day instead of released only last thing in the evening.
One could hope. Charles, thanks for being with us again. Hope we have
Thank you.
Hope we have a result soon.
Yeah, Charles, great to see you. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Two groups, Trump supporters on one side and Black Lives Matter activists on the other, met at the state capitol today. They both chanted their respective messages.
We streamed the event on Facebook Live earlier, showing you what happened. Our Jamie Perez is there now, where things have been peaceful. Jamie?
All right, well, most of the members of both of those groups really tapered off around a half hour ago. If you look over my shoulder, there's still a couple of people here still lingering around having a little bit of a conversation here. But this is what the situation looks like earlier today. Both sides chanting at each other, those holding up the Trump signs, shouting USA, demanding a fair election, those on the opposing side chanting Black Lives Matter. Now, I spoke with members on both sides earlier today about what brought both of them out here.
I believe that both parties should come together and say, okay, there's so much concern about it. Why don't we go through, have tremendous transparency, let's do the counting again, and we'll go from there.
We're not going to stop protesting. We're not going to disappear just because Biden may win the election. Biden has to answer questions just like Trump does. Bill Clinton, all of them. All of them. The system is crooked.
Now, the man that you heard from in that first soundbite is part of a larger movement organizing rallies across the country. That group's Facebook page was shut down by Facebook yesterday for spreading misinformation, but they said that they plan to be out here for several more days. And again, this was a peaceful interaction. It started out with some yelling and chanting in each other's faces, but from what we saw, the way that it really ended with peaceful conversations happening one-on-one between members on both sides.
It's a good thing. Jamie Perez reporting live from the state capitol. Thank you. Tensions are high in some battleground states where the margins in the presidential race are razor thin. Outside ballot processing centers, demonstrators on both sides vow to keep fighting. Supporters of former Vice President Joe Biden are dancing in the streets of Philadelphia. They're outside the city's vote counting center, where tensions have been high between them and supporters of President Trump, separated by barricades. There is a similar scene outside a Phoenix elections office. Smaller gatherings are taking place in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Pittsburgh.
Every vote should be counted, absolutely.
I hope they take it all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States, and we're going to fight this. We're not going to let them steal our election.
Last night, city law enforcement officials say they arrested two men who drove up from Virginia in a Hummer truck. Police say they were armed and spotted near the vote counting center. President Trump has repeatedly called for a stop in the ballot counting, claiming major problems with the system, but offered no direct evidence of fraud. Election officials in several states say they're worried about the safety of their staff. Some workers are being protected by security when they arrive and leave work.
Around the mix of curiosity and confusion. Germany's foreign minister accused President Trump of pouring fuel on the fire with his reluctance to accept the vote count, saying good losers are more important to the working of democracy than great winners. Some are still hoping for the president's re-election.
All right, time now for the weather. Hard to believe it's November 5th. What is it, 5th? 6th?
I know. What day is it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful outside again today.
Yeah.
Felt like summertime.
Somebody out playing a little basketball. Incredible and warm. And the incredible Chris Reese is in the backyard with the weekend forecast.
This weekend is going to be absolutely spectacular. I have no doubt that folks who love warm weather are going to love the weather that we see this weekend. The weather that we've had the past couple of days has only led up to where we are right now. Temperatures continue to still be fantastic. Max 1 is also the system that we're going to be on now. There's a little bit of a switch there. But here we are in terms of temperatures that we're seeing. 73 in Janesville right now. We're still at 69 in Madison. Mineral Point at 70. Lone Rock also at 70. 73 over to Boscobel. And we've kept these temperatures pretty much all day because at lunchtime, a lot of those temperatures were similar. A couple of decorator clouds have passed through at times, but ultimately those skies have been blue. Now that the sun is starting to set, we're starting to watch those temperatures fade just a little bit. 69 is where we stand, but again, I've said all day, I've said it all week, it's that southwest wind to pay attention to. As long as we keep that around, our temperatures stay mild. That's exactly what I expect as we go through the rest of this evening. On a national level, the weather is quiet. The next storm system that'll be impacting the country and ultimately impacting our weather here in Wisconsin, that's starting to move into the Pacific Northwest as we speak. But until that gets here, this is what we have to deal with. 60s all the way through about 10 o'clock. We'll watch our overnight lows fall into the mid-50s, and then a little bit later in the show, I'll break down that full weekend forecast and what we can expect around here. Guys?
Thank you. 64 more people have died from COVID-19 in Wisconsin. More than 2,200 people have died from the virus in the state. Wisconsin will likely hit 6,000 new COVID-19 cases for the second time this week. So far, at least 5,700 new COVID cases have been reported by state and local health officials. More than 257,000 people have contracted the virus since the beginning of the outbreak. A Wisconsin appeals court rules on the governor's limits on indoor gatherings.
The governor's original order was put in place October 6th, holding bars and restaurants to 25% capacity. Eric Franke has more on what happened today. Eric.
Mark and Susan, that was a 2-to-1 ruling. An appeals court has now blocked the restrictions on public gatherings. This was originally put in place, as you said, October 6th, then challenged first by the Tavern League, heard up in Sawyer County, where a judge blocked it. Then it was put back in place, you might recall, by a Barron County judge. This ruling today blocked the governor's actions and expedited a full appeal. Eventually, this is probably going to end up with the state Supreme Court. The order actually expired today, so presumably, given the COVID cases right now in the state, the governor would have extended it. Governor Evers tweeting his response, promising to fight this ruling, said he's still asking people to wear their masks and stay home whenever possible. Now, some counties do have their own orders in place. Of course, Dane County has its own order already limiting dining capacity at restaurants and bars to 25%. Mark.
Eric, thank you. A person is dead after an apartment fire in Beloit. The Beloit Fire Department says just before 3 o'clock this morning, they responded to a fire inside a small apartment building on the 300 block of West Grand Avenue. That's near Hackett Elementary School. After the fire was extinguished, firefighters went back in the building and found a person dead. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
A suspect accused of shooting 2 Wisconsin police officers in Delafield has been arrested. Delafield police say 23-year-old Nathaniel Benton was taken into custody this morning. He has a warrant out for his arrest in North Dakota for attempted murder for another shooting in Fargo on Sunday. Police say officers were responding to a hit and run outside of a hotel in Delafield last night. Police say when they confronted Benton, he opened fire and shot 2 officers. One officer is with Delafield police, the other from Hartford police. Their injuries are not considered life-threatening. Officers say 2 other people who were with Benton are also in custody. All schools in the area were also closed for the day.
The U.S. is beating its own record for coronavirus cases with nearly 122,000 cases reported today. 15 states broke single-day records for new COVID cases on Thursday, 7 of them in the Midwest. The U.S. tallied nearly 122,000. That is a new record. Speaking at a therapeutic summit, the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, addressed the surge.
Deaths have remained stable around 700 to 1,000 per day in unacceptably high levels.
The CDC predicts the nation's COVID death toll could reach more than 260,000 by the end of the month.
One of Madison's most prominent leaders in education and civil rights has died. Dr. John Odom was a lifetime member of the NAACP and a former principal at Cherokee Middle School. He founded several local organizations and initiatives to promote economic independence among Black youth. His longtime friend, Francis Huntley Cooper, says Dr. Odom's fight to help people succeed will be his greatest legacy.
He would hold us accountable. You know, he would hold anyone accountable, and his love and passion for trying to make a difference, trying to make a change, and trying to get us to see things and be more visionary was really, I think, a trademark for him.
Dr. Odom was a frequent guest on For the Record with Neil Heinen. He served on a number of boards in Madison, including the Urban League, Dane County Big Brothers and Sisters, and Edgewood High School. Dr. John Odom was 72 years old.
What an impact he's had on the community.
For sure.
Well, still to come at 4, do you want a little more tension in your life?
No thanks. But you might want to check out the new movie, Let Him Go. We'll have a preview coming up when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Are you happy with your Medicare plan? Want to get more for your money? Take a look at Quartz Medicare Advantage plans in partnership with UW Health. Quartz Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 a month, including coverage for medical, hospital, and prescriptions, with $5 primary care visits, $0 preventive care, and $0 telehealth visits. It's no wonder that 98% of our Medicare Advantage members stay with Quartz. Learn more by requesting your free planning guide from Quartz today. Quartz also offers more value, including dental, vision, and hearing benefits. And Quartz gives you extras, like dollars for over-the-counter products and fitness benefits, from a plan that works closely with your doctor to take great care of you. This year, switch to Quartz Medicare Advantage. Call or go online to request your free planning guide from Quartz today.
Managing type 2 diabetes? You're on it. You may think you're doing all you can to manage type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But could your medication do more to lower your heart risk? Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardiance.
We're committed to making Jardiance available and affordable. With our savings card, eligible patients pay as little as $0.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Welcome back. A new study finds teens who spend more time in extracurricular activities and less time in front of screens have better mental health.
The study used self-reported data from more than 28,000 7th grade students between 2014 and 2018 in the Canadian province of British Columbia. It found a positive effect on mental health in adolescents who spent less than 2 hours staring at screens after school instead of spending their time in sports or extracurriculars. And it is especially true for girls, but researchers don't know why. The findings come as thousands of kids and teens are staying home more during the pandemic. The lead author notes that due to the pandemic, finding extracurricular activities isn't as easy as it used to be, but finding something safe for teens to do is important. And with COVID cases on the rise in the U.S., employers slowed their hiring in October.
Sean Wilson has waited tables for 17 years, but with Chicago once again banning indoor dining, he joins the millions of Americans without a steady paycheck. Employers added 638,000 jobs, while the unemployment rate dropped from 7.9 to 6.9%. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the recovery has slowed.
We lost 22 million jobs between March and April. Since then, we've gained back more than half of them. But what we've been seeing is for the last 6 months, the pace of increase is starting to decelerate. At the state level, without additional stimulus, many of the nation's largest states will be forced to lay off workers.
One bright spot in the labor picture could be in retail. Companies are preparing for a surge in internet shopping as we head closer to the holidays. Amazon has been adding jobs throughout the pandemic and is now hiring 100,000 new workers. Target and Walmart are also staffing up for the holidays, as well as both UPS and FedEx, which are preparing to ship billions of packages around the world. Wall Street is keeping a close eye on the election results. The Dow Industrials fell 66 points, ending the week at 28,323. The NASDAQ gained 4 points, and the S&P 500 was off a point but had its best week since April. Well, a trio of big screen veterans returns to theaters this weekend with a tense drama based on an award-winning novel.
David Daniel has a preview of Let Him Go.
We're trying to locate a Donnie Weeboy. He married our son's widow. Got our grandson with him.
You let it be known you're looking for a wee boy. I'll find you.
Diane Lane and Kevin Costner play a couple searching for their grandson after their son's death in Let Him Go.
I saw exactly what I've always felt about Donnie Weeboy. And I saw that girl can't protect her child.
Margaret Jimmy's her boy.
He's your grandson.
A charismatic woman who feels morally justified to go do something, and a man who loves her so much that he kind of has to follow just to protect her.
You're with me on this, right?
I'm right behind you.
It's a fight for kindness, you know? It's a fight for good. They're trying to save their grandchild from a family that teaches bullying.
Leslie Manville plays the matriarch of the boys' new family, which dominates their small town.
It's no secret that I love to play characters that are different from me. And when I get asked to play, you know, a very bad mama from North Dakota, and I'm, you know, a very nice, quiet British actress, of course the answer is yes.
He hit Lorna. You hit your wife? Like.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We'll find out what Will Loper thinks on Monday.
Looking forward to hearing that. Yeah.
So how do you deal with stress? For many people, it's food.
CNN's Jeannie Moe shows us how some people are packing on the pounds during these stressful times. That's coming up after Chris's weekend forecast.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can take you to deep depressive lows, or give you unusually high energy even when depressed. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain, high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction, sleepiness, and stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
The Medicare enrollment deadline is only weeks away, and there's so many unanswered questions. Like, do you know if your plan is still the right fit? Having the wrong Medicare plan can cost you thousands, and that's why I love Health Markets, your insurance marketplace. What if you didn't have to shop for health insurance again? Health Markets Fit Score Forever Promise is the answer. It continuously scans the market to compare your plan against any new options year after year, while helping answer all your Medicare questions, like does your plan have no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums? Health Markets has the answer. Does your plan offer dental and vision coverage? How about hearing aids, glasses, wellness visits, and even telemedicine at no additional cost? Health Markets has the answers. Find the answer from the #1 ranked health insurance agency in America.
Your insurance marketplace, Health Markets.
Call 800-964-0790. That's 800-964-0790. Call now.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's for healthy feet. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet.
Over time, things wear down. Tires, brakes, and headlight bulbs too. Sylvania's lighting experts know that if you wait until burnout, you'll lose up to 50 feet of visibility. That's from here to here in darkness. Switch to a new pair of Sylvania bulbs today and see better tonight.
Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this winter without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate. And Carrier energy-efficient systems can help reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, turn to your Carrier expert.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this tiny toddler touting his table tennis talents. The pint-sized ping pong phenom, who lives in southwestern China, is only 3 years old, and look at him go. According to his family, the boy has been practicing since he was an infant, and he's had help. His grandmother is a former professional table tennis player and has served as his trainer. The family says the child is already a fierce competitor, and he has amassed social media fan base of some 50,000 followers strong.
He's 3 years old. That's incredible. He's tall. He's going to be a tall one.
He's not standing on anything. 3 years old.
Amazing.
Keep an eye on him.
I have questions.
Where
can I get that kind of skill? That's what I need to.
I don't know.
I'm still bad at table tennis.
I am too.
I am too.
Oh my gosh.
And try playing it on a cruise ship.
You know what?
Was it hard?
The wind and the waves. It's the last time I tried.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Wind is something that's going to be around through the weekend, but the temperatures, they're going to be a lot more comfortable.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I can't wait to share this forecast with you. There's a reason you will want to enjoy it. We're watching numbers closely.
Hello.
Oh.
I wish to inquire about your free phone deal. Is there anything hidden I should be aware of?
No, sir.
No hidden plan requirements?
You choose your plan.
No hidden phone trade-ins?
Keep your phone.
No hidden activation fees or other trickery where video recorded evidence would be beneficial?
None.
Interesting.
Lovely scarf.
What camera?
Get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular. Upgrade to Fair.
My psoriatic arthritis pain, I had enough. It's not getting in my way.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness, much better.
My psoriasis, clearer. Cosentix works on all of this.
4 years and counting.
So watch out.
I got this.
Watch me.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Cosentyx works fast for results that can last. It treats the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis, like joint pain and tenderness, back pain, and helps stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
I just look and feel better.
I got real relief with Cosentyx.
Watch me.
Feel real relief. Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
If you're at home thinking about your financial plan, so are we. Prudential helps 1 in 7 Americans with their financial needs. That's over 25 million people. With over 90 years of investment experience, our thousands of financial professionals can help with secure video chat or on the phone. We make it easy for you with online tools, e-signatures, and no medical exam life insurance. Plan for better days. Go to Prudential.com or talk to an advisor.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Numbers are something we have been watching all week, not only when it comes to presidential elections, but also when it comes to a lot of the record warm temperatures that we've experienced really throughout the upper Midwest. I want to take a moment to first talk about yesterday. Our record high was 71. We broke that record by 1 degree, topping out at 72 for yesterday's high. Now here we are today. The record temperature is 71. Officially our high so far as it stands is 70. I'm not quite sure we will get the extra warmth to tie or break that, but even still, we're going to be near record territory all the way through your Monday. Here are those highs out there. 73 for Janesville. Platteville topped out at 72. Boscobel, 75. Same for your friends up in La Crosse. But here's how temperatures stand now. While, yes, we still have that southerly wind, the sun is starting to go down, so a lot of our temperatures are gradually starting to decrease as well. 69 is where we are in Madison. Now, I will say this, as long as our winds are out of the south and southwest, we are going to stay mild. That's my expectation as we go through the rest of the night. Check this, though. For the most part, a lot of these temperatures are a little bit warmer than where they were at this time yesterday. Where temperatures are colder, that's going to be on the Pacific Northwest. And I want to take some time really quickly to talk about the Pacific Northwest. This little swirl that you see moving around Portland, that's the next storm system that's going to be impacting us by the time we get you into the early part of next week. That's why you want to enjoy this weekend out there now. 54 overnight. That south wind sticks around. We warm up to 72 tomorrow. We do that again as we move into Sunday. Waking up in the 50s. Our afternoon temperatures will be in the 70s. That will come with sunshine, but the clouds are going to be on the increase, especially as we start to move into Sunday night and Monday. This is early in the morning on Monday. There's the front with that colder air moving in. We're going to stay cooler next week, and that's coming with the chances for the showers and the thunderstorms. Those will pick up Monday night. Stick with us on Tuesday. By Tuesday night, a couple of snowflakes may mix in. Then we are chilly. Another system comes by next Thursday night into Friday. We're staying cool into next weekend as well. But I want to point this out. Our average high now is 48. At the end of the 10-day forecast, our average high is 44. So even after the cold front, a lot of our temperatures will be above normal.
Enjoy the weekend.
Yes, exactly.
All right, thank you, Chris. Uncertainty stresses people out, and with the future occupant of the White House in question, many are coping with stress eating.
CNN's Jeannie Mose looks at some of the oddest concoctions that people out there have been consuming.
When it comes to a candidate's lead,
it has been shrinking.
But you know what's not shrinking? Most of us. We are shoving, we are shoveling, and we are guzzling. Just one glass. Forget
votes that have not been counted.
Think of all the calories that have not been counted. People are proudly posting examples of their stress eating, from pie to pumpkin seeds to chocolate pastries to glistening meat. Folks are stress eating eggs at midnight. I don't care that it's ugly. It is a stress-eating dream come frickin' true. Odd combinations abound. Tequila and sugar cookies? I combine stress eating and stress drinking into a wine float. Google says fries near me and liquor store near me are at all-time highs in search. Talk about winners and losers. In this house, the election was between cheddar, caramel, and butter. Butter won. But in this case, you can eat the runners-up. Celebrities are stressed like us. Take Chrissy Teigen.
Stress cooking, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Ryan Seacrest posted himself eating onion pizzas while Cardi B preferred to puff. Even Luca, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, overate this fish-shaped oven mitt and had to go to the vet ER where they induced him to barf up 3 inches of cloth. Talk about returns.
My stress eating has gone from brownies to ice cream to just pouring raw cake mix down my throat.
One person posted, I'm on track to consume 10,000 calories in 36 hours. Is this normal? The Tina Fey cake-eating gif was a favorite. Take it out on the cake instead of your political nemesis.
Yell it into the cake.
The person who posted this photo suggested if you put the chocolates directly on the pizza, it saves a lot of time. It takes more than a fortune cookie to predict the future of the election. But with all the stress eating, I may reach 270 before either of the candidates.
Calm down.
Jeannie Mose, CNN.
You need to dip a grilled cheese into the cake.
New York.
You gotta laugh.
It feels good to laugh.
Yeah, it really does.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Everything is gonna be okay.
We'll be right back.
The best deals in America are on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black November Veterans Day Appliance Sale. Get our best Black Friday appliance deals and doorbusters now. Plus 18 months interest-free. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline. Thanks to those who served.
These are real people, not actors, who've got their eczema under control. With less eczema, you can show more skin. So roll up those sleeves and help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is the first treatment of its kind that continuously treats moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, even between flare-ups. Dupixent is a biologic and not a cream or steroid. Many people taking Dupixent saw clear or almost clear skin and had significantly less itch. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. So help heal your skin from within and talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
We've been helping families make joy for over 100 years. In America, we're not about to take this year off. So at the Ford Built for the Holiday sales event, get 0% APR financing for 60 months, 90 days payment deferment, and $2,000 trade assist cash on select Ford SUVs and Fusion. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. So get the family together, take the scenic route, and make some joy this season. Ford, Built for the Holidays.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we honor those who serve and defend our country. To show our gratitude, we're offering great deals store-wide during our Veterans Day sale, like our new-look Blaine's Farm and Fleet automotive battery line, all on sale. Introducing new Blaine's Farm and Fleet naturals and grain-free dog food, $5 off. And this weekend, as a thank you, veterans and active military members save an extra 10% at checkout.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The best deals in America are at Ashley Home Store's Black November Veterans Day sale. Save up to 60% off Black Friday deals and doorbusters now. Plus, interest-free financing for 3 years and bonus Black Friday discounts at checkout. Only at Ashley Home Store. Thanks to those who served.
Tonight at 5, Madison firefighters are being credited with saving a woman who was in a vehicle that went into Lake Mendota. We'll have more on their heroic efforts at 5.
Breezy southerly winds will keep temperatures around 20 degrees above normal this weekend. As a result, more records may be in jeopardy. My News 3 Now First Warn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, an exclusive interview with a local doctor on the front lines fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll share her message to our community tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
As the sun sets on another week, yes. So are the days. No. Beautiful shot out there.
That's a beautiful shot.
Unbelievable. It's hard to know what day it is. Well, the coronavirus pandemic is a big headache for many of us, literally.
Neurologists around the country are seeing more patients complaining about worse migraines from this unprecedented time in our country. Laura Podesta has more.
The pandemic has meant big changes for Vicky Lavolsi. She's had to teach her 4th grade class from home with her own children also learning virtually.
My husband leaves. He's working during the pandemic, so I've been just challenging this all on my own from 6 in the morning till 6 at night.
Vicky suffers from migraines, and her debilitating headaches have been increasing.
Stress is a huge trigger for me. I have had a migraine almost every day since we've started back to work, and it is just it just stays here.
Neurologists around the country report more patients complaining of worsening migraines and headaches during the pandemic. Dr. Catherine Hamilton, director of the Penn Headache Program, says stress is just one factor.
Also, just change in routine. The migraine brain likes things to be stable, regular. With the pandemic, things are thrown up in the air, like getting your regular sleep schedule, regular exercise.
If you're getting more migraines, you may also want to take a close look at your work from home environment.
There's certainly increased screen time, and that can be a big migraine trigger. And being on a laptop all day can cause increased muscle tension in the neck and shoulders, which can cause tension headaches or can trigger migraines.
Dr. Hamilton recommends finding ways to manage stress, like practicing mindfulness. Vicky's been doing her best to try to unwind when she can.
Enjoying nature is one of my coping mechanisms. Getting outside has really helped me, and it takes me away from all those stressors.
She says Botox treatments and neck exercises are also working to lessen her migraines. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Doctors say patients may also be dealing with more migraines because typical treatments that require appointments like acupuncture and physical therapy, of course, have also been interrupted by the pandemic, like everything else.
Everything else, yeah. Well, still to come at 4, forget Thanksgiving. Consumer Report says it's time to start your holiday shopping.
All right, let's go. We'll find out why. Consumer Report says the sooner you start, the more money you'll save. Shopping during a pandemic when Live at 4 continues.
Designer, and she loves Christmas.
Lisa, is that you?
I think
Welcome to the Bruce Company, everybody. Christmas has taken over in the beautiful Bruce Company showroom. Lisa has been working her tail off along with all of her elves to make all of this magic happen.
It's a 10-week process, and we're really proud of it. And we hope that everyone will come and visit because it's really beautiful. And it puts you in the mood being home for the holidays and maybe a little bit of normality.
Totally.
Yes.
I love it.
Come in and you can experience it.
Let's get to decorating inside.
Yes, so the new lights this year are called RGB.
Okay.
There are different diodes in each bulb, and they can endlessly mix to create millions of colors.
Awesome.
And so they're really fun. They also do all kinds of special effects. We have them on a tree, a pre-lit tree, and then we also have them as lights, strings of lights.
Okay. And these are like remote controlled, so you could really have fun.
Yes, they have remotes.
With guests.
Yes, you can.
Any more tips for decorating?
Well, we've got all kinds of greens for outside too, so come on in and you can stuff your pots, your porch pots. It's a really good time to transition, so all kinds of really beautiful greens and sticks and outdoor berry picks and all kinds of stuff to sort of make your home look beautiful inside and out, top to bottom, decking your halls.
Come in here, get inspired. It's exactly why she works as hard as she does every single year to make this so beautiful.
Yes, and we want you to be home for the holidays and have a great time.
Sounds so nice. Mr. Bear, come on up here. I'm Emmy Fink.
And I'm Lisa Briggs.
And you are buzzed into Madison.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Happy Friday. We are watching the traffic for you. Here's how things are shaping up for us. So far, no big issues. The Beltline is moving in great shape. The only place we're seeing our delays is right around where you'd expect it, Fish Hatchery, your other common slowdown spots. For now, the average speed on the Beltline is right around 60 miles per hour.
All right, Chris, thank you. If you're the type who usually likes to wait until later in the season to start your holiday shopping, you might miss out on some great deals this year.
Because of the ongoing pandemic, retailers have started their sales sooner than usual, and they're spreading them out to better manage anticipated higher than normal demand.
Yesterday, we spoke with Consumer Reports deals editor Samantha Gordon about what to know about this year's holiday shopping season.
So we are still going to have a Black Friday this year, but it's definitely going to look a lot different than it has in years past. Rather than most of the deals coming towards the end of the month around Thanksgiving, we are seeing retailers start their sales a lot earlier. So a lot of them are starting this week. A lot of that is to keep the crowds down in stores and to keep customers safe if they are shopping in person. It's also to help spread out some of all that shipping, because a lot of retailers are expecting a ship-again, which can create a lot of delays, and they want to make sure customers get their packages on time. So by starting early, it helps everybody navigate this month a little bit more easily. So a lot of retailers, again, have started their sales already, like Walmart and Target and Best Buy. They're already rolling out their Black Friday prices.
Are those deals online? Is that where you're going to find the best deals this year instead of in the store?
So for the most part, you're going to find the same prices online as you will in store. But what we're expecting is that retailers won't have those big in-store doorbuster deals that you can only get by standing in line in the freezing cold for the early hours of the morning. You're not going to see that as much this year. Those deals will be online, however, and what we're seeing is retailers are launching their sales online a few days prior to launching them in stores to, again, encourage shoppers to shop online this year.
What kind of products are going to see the biggest discounts, do you think?
We actually track the prices at Consumer Reports on all of the products that we test to get a better sense of when retailers tend to discount things more deeply than in other times of the year. And in November, there are 39 product categories. Normally, we see anywhere from 6 to 15 different categories. So not surprisingly, you can find a discount on just about anything throughout the month of Black Friday, like I like to say. And with Veterans Day next weekend, you'll also see big discounts on large appliances and mattresses, as well as those holiday gifts like televisions and headphones and air fryers and cookware. So at consumerreports.org, my team and I are tracking every deal that is happening this year to help find the best deals and to help shoppers get the best information quickly.
Well, with the pandemic, this is going to be a critical time for so many retailers. And for shoppers, what are some of the other things we should be doing to see if we can find the best deals this month?
So the first and biggest piece of advice I always like to give is to start shopping now. Not only are you able to get Black Friday pricing early, but it will also help you get your shopping done. You have more time to take advantage of these deals. You can also use different websites and smartphone apps to help your shopping process. Price comparison is a really important part of online shopping, and while most retailers will have the same deals, you can find slight differences by going to consumerreports.org, where we list out all the different retailers and the current prices on everything. There are also services you can use like Google Shopping and Price Grabber, and smartphone apps like BuyVia, Shopkick, and ShopSavvy that if you are shopping in store, you can scan a barcode or a QR code to compare prices right on your phone. And these apps may also be able to provide you extra discounts and coupons.
But the shipping is going to be a real concern this year. You got to get started early.
Yeah, shipping is really going to be a risk that you're taking with online ordering. That's why it's really important to start shopping early and to shop around as well. So a lot of retailers will give you an estimated delivery window when you're checking out, and you can look at different sites to see who's going to be able to get you the package fastest. You can also look for options like curbside pickup and in-store pickup to get your items even faster.
Christmas will be here before you know it.
That's true.
Get shopping. All right, Samantha, thanks for being with us today.
Great to see you today, Samantha. Thanks so much.
Great information. You now have permission to start shopping.
Consumer Reports told me to do it, so I have to start.
All right, we'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Why Cedar? Because when I get home, we like to play crocodile on the floor. Promise Max's pad removes over 99% of bacteria with just water. Better cleaning with less waste. Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
I got your back, you got mine. Think about you all the time. Together we can come through. That's what love's made of. Give thanks, no matter how you share it.
Between the pandemic and politics, we're taking a much-needed breath this weekend. Meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking what could be the last Saturday in the 60s. And Will Loper is sharing 3 things to watch Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
News 3 Now brought you more live local coverage of an election like no other. And it's not over yet. You can trust our team to deliver more information to you as it develops. For continuing election coverage, News 3 Now.
All the sunshine into the weekend. Tomorrow, look for highs around 72. By Sunday, a little bit more cloud cover gets into the mix, but we're still watching temperatures that'll be into the 70s before we cool down a bit as we move into next week. Enjoy this weekend, folks. We'll be right back right after this.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we honor those who serve and defend our country. To show our gratitude, we're offering great deals store-wide during our Veterans Day sale. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free from top brands like Goodyear. Save over $100 on this Craftsman Mechanics tool set. Energizer AA or AAA batteries are just $4.99. And this weekend, as a thank you, veterans and active military members save an extra 10% at checkout.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this winter without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate. And Carrier energy-efficient systems can help reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, turn to your Carrier expert.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? That's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, politics, of course, has dominated the news this week. Even the news hounds have election news to report.
Here's Lola and Louie with this week's edition of the News Hounds Now updates.
It's News Hounds Now Update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, a baby panda milestone.
A bear sings in the woods.
And another bear goes fishing.
But first, forget about a lame duck. In Alaska, a chicken is the new president. Results from a vote held by the Alaska Zoo are in. In a tightly fought contest, Squishy the chicken beat out Izzy the bear for the presidential title by just $100. That's right, dollars. In this election, ballots were cast through donations. Though Squishy may lack the visual appeal of Izzy, zookeepers say she makes up for it with charisma.
Squishy's always been a leader. She's the only chicken who knows how to get out of the petting zoo.
The presidential contest raised more than $20,000 for the Alaska Zoo.
A baby panda in South Korea celebrated her 100th day, which is a big deal in a panda's life. That's when a cub receives a name and a blessing from the public. She was given the name Fubao, meaning lucky treasure baby, after a poll participated by some 50,000 people. At birth, the baby weighed 0.43 pounds and was 6.5 inches tall, but has since grown to 12.9 pounds and 23 inches tall. The cub is the first panda ever born in South Korea, and the cub will return to China in 3 or 4 years.
This fisherman is in disbelief when he finds a bear in the back of his Chevy on this boat ramp in Alaska. Needing to get his vessel out of the water on the trailer, he continues with his plan, even with the carnivore close by in the bed. He winches the boat while the bear is feet away enjoying a meal, seemingly unbothered by the fisherman's close proximity. Eventually, the bear decides it's time to move on and climbs off the truck and back into the Alaskan woods.
Meanwhile, the bear's cousin in Yosemite National Park is singing the praises of his Alaskan cohort. This bear is caught on camera giving an a cappella performance while sitting in a tree. Bears make many noises, typically when they're afraid or aggressive, but park rangers say this bear does this all the time, delivering his treetop performance for all to hear. A bear does sing in the woods.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
Just go for a little ride in the back of the Chevy.
Love that story.
Bears everywhere. All right, that's our time for now.